In summary, my proposal has demonstrated why fast computing should migrate to a Linux operating system, specifically Ubuntu. The solution is low cost and will not cost as much to maintain for the amount of work that Linux will do for this organization. A Linux operating system is not only safe and reliable, but it outperforms other operating systems out there. Linux has a user-friendly operability with its graphical user interface that allows an organization to customize it to make it their own, as well as having similar Windows applications, if not the same, due to it requiring less hardware and allowing more frequent security fixes. Linux is a solution that gives fast computing the uptime that it requires and peace of mind for its security. Ubuntu is a distribution that is best for fast computing. This is because this company must have the quality and support, security, and suitability. For suitability, it has a graphical user interface option, customizable for its users, and has applications similar, if not to the same as Windows operating system. It provides the IT department easy control of the system with quick and streamlined updates to the system and support from community forums as well as the mechanical technical support teams. Ubuntu has multiple flavors of the desktop environment, which can be beneficial for fast computing if they want different styles for different users. And then for security, of course, it being a Linux operating system, those updates are streamlined and the system doesn't have to reboot, so uptime is there. And also, it being open source, those researchers and developers have quick and easy fixes for these new viruses or malware out there for Linux, even though they're very few to none. But there's always that what if, and stuff does happen out there. So, but these developers and these support teams help manage those and get those quick fixes out to Linux users or Ubuntu users. And then Ubuntu, including the live patch, the AppArmor, that default firewall, as well as you can install free applications for firewall, which is even better. Hardware updates will be little to none. This is because this distribution with what fast computing has should be easily migrated because of what already the systems that fast computing has should not really be much of a concern. New versions of Ubuntu should put the latest Linux kernel, which allows it to run on older and new hardware systems, and they're shipped with the latest chips. So how will the migration work? So again, we'll conduct that assessment, making sure the requirements, understanding what those are, and the asset list, conducting that backup of the system data, and then doing a test run, making sure you get familiar with how the program works, then training employees to build that confidence and getting familiar with the applications and software that they use, and then preparation that will just make sure that the infrastructure is ready to support the Ubuntu migration, and then of course the deployment of that, and then last but not least, monitoring, providing that support as needed, and maintaining those system updates. And then the graphical user interface is similar. It features a desktop with a taskbar, icons, menu system. You can launch those applications and manage files. The difference between the two is appearance and applications available. The interface is different, but you can also customize it to look like a Windows. There are free applications that can be installed which are the same as the ones used in Windows. So again, that graphical user interface being similar and easy to use as well. Command line interface considerations. So it being a Linux command line interface is common. However, you do have the graphical user interface option as well. Command line interface offers the commands to run quicker, and it's just a streamlined process that the IT teams have. Running commands as the root has the potential to cause harm to your system, so there's always that consideration to keep in mind. So it's important to understand the risks of having those root privileges. The command syntax used for commands in the command line interface can be complex. However, it's important to understand the basic structure and use the commands before attempting to run them. Mostly for the IT team, that's going to be mostly supporting that, but again, that will be something that fast computing needs to keep in mind with the command line interface. Tool recommendations. So for files, for the file sharing, we recommend Samba. There is Samba for Ubuntu, as well as printing service has cups, and then that Apache web service for web services in Ubuntu, and then Open Secure Shell. And, my last slide will show my references where I gathered all this information for you today. So thank you for listening to my speech today on this, and I really hope that you consider Linux for your operating system. I think it is the best option that fast computing needs for their system requirements, and I think it is ready to take on a Linux solution, and this solution should be Ubuntu.